Hey everybody, I am Sir Jet and welcome back to the vlog. I know it's been a while, it's been like a 9-month hiatus, but I'm back because I felt inspired again. Last week, as some of you know, I was at DragCon and it was a wonderful experience. I got to meet a lot of you, new faces, and take pictures, and it just helped me relive, what makes me happy. And it inspired me to do the vlog today. And what we're going to talk about today is depression, and basically what depression means and what you can do to move in a better direction. So I'll start by saying that when I was like 19, I started seeing therapists because my family was worried. That was during the part of my life where I didn't speak. I didn't speak for about 10 years. And on top of that, I had no friends, and all I did was schoolwork. So when I went to the therapist, I was diagnosed with 2 things. And the first one was depression, and the other one was gender anxiety disorder, which, people nowadays don't really talk about because, we have these new theories about, children will be naturally inclined to be mixes of genders at different ages, but that didn't exist so much back then, at least not in the forefront of society. So that's a one side. You can watch vlog number 3 to see my theories on gender. But with depression, basically, they started me on a pill regimen. And I took a lot of different pills to try to alleviate depression. And, I felt there were times when I felt a little better. There were times where it didn't work at all. And I went back to, the doctors again and again for several years, trying to pinpoint what was wrong with me. And it wasn't until I really started getting into the things I love now that I started to feel, a little better. And, what I realized was after I stopped all the pills and whatnot was that the best cure for depression is literally stating what you're missing in life and then figuring out how to get that, or to get it back on some level. And what that meant for me was that when I started recording and singing and getting modeling jobs and all those things, the depression went away, and I didn't feel so down all the time. I mean, I had my bad days. We all have our bad days, but it was a comeback into what I really loved, and that's what I think was missing from my life, was the fact that I really wanted to be an entertainer, but I was just a very focused student. And once I started to switch my attention onto what I wanted versus what I felt like I had to do, then I started feeling better. And I bring this up again because, like I said, we've taken a hiatus of about 9 months or so from me doing this vlog. And the reason for that was because I lost a great deal of myself, and I had to face reality, and I had to get a part-time job, and the job itself to me was so horrible that I shut myself off from the world for a very long time. And it wasn't until I started the notion that I could go to DragCon, and I started working with my manager and piecing things together that I really started to feel better again. And that was, it was kind of a wake-up call once I got to DragCon, and I realized all the wonderful things I didn't have in my life. Because I had become so focused on this job and doing a good job at this job. Again, that obsessive student came back into play, that I lost track of who I really was. And that's what triggered my depression to come back. And so what I really want to say to everybody is, when you feel like you're in a state where you can't control anything and it's bringing you down, go back to what you really love and just think about it and try to find a way to bring that back into your life if you feel like it's missing. There's a lot of things you can do, even if it's just writing it out to yourself on a piece of paper, or talking to somebody in your life who is positive. Like, don't talk to somebody who's gonna make you feel worse. Talk to somebody who can really empathize and give you some good ideas as to how to bring your life back into a joyful state, and if not a joyful state, just a state of fluid well-being. So that's kind of my 2 cents for the day, is that depression, whether you're diagnosed with it or whether you experience it, it's a temporary feeling, just like all feelings are temporary. So if you have to ride the wave, and once you're ready to start again, make the most of your life and find those things in life that make you happy. And it's not something that's going to happen in a split second. It's not an overnight thing always, but gradually you'll get to a place where the depression isn't as overbearing as it was. And so that is my 2 cents for the day. So I say thank you for your time, and if you have any questions or comments, you can always write below, and hopefully I'll try to create more content. I always say I do, but then I don't. But fingers crossed, life gets better and things get better and we get happier. So thanks for your time, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.